It's time for a new tool. Now, while these look a little bit different, they all have the same purpose. So this one has a lever and a band that as you clamp down, it gets closer. These four little cups, they have some ridges inside of them, and on the back side, it's got a square drive to accept a ratchet, a 3/8 style ratchet. And then this one opens and closes with the same square drive on the back to accept a ratchet. I'll show you that right now. There we go. What are they? So these are oil filter wrenches. So this one, what you would do, and I'm going to show you a demonstration here in a minute, is you would wrap this around the oil filter, and then as you were to turn, it would clamp down, thus loosening up the filter. These four are for very specific filter sizes. So this one you can do a multitude of different sizes, as well as this one right here. These will only fit this size of oil filter. So let's do a demo real quick on an engine. Okay, so we have a Honda Accord engine. It's obviously out of the car, but here's our oil filter, and I will show you how these tools work. So as far as these, the cup style goes, again, this one only fits this size of filter. So if I have a kit that includes a bunch of different ones, I would simply try and figure out which one fits the best. There we go. So this one fits the best. I would then use my 3/8 ratchet, insert it into the drive, and then I could loosen the filter and remove it that way. It also has this socket style right here, so you could place a socket on here or a wrench. Just depends on how much room you have behind the filter. So that's that style. For this style, clamp style, they're a little different to use. So you would place this onto the filter, and as you are using the ratchet, it actually clamps down tighter, thus allowing you to remove the filter. So there we go. So as I clamp down, you can see it grabs around on the outside, and then I could remove the filter. So let me switch it to a bigger oil filter. Okay, I have now switched to a bigger oil filter. Let's take a look at the this one, the clamp style. So you would place this around the filter, and then as you can see, as I tighten down, it grips around the filter, and then I could loosen it that way. And then also, I could choose the cup style that fits the best. You can see this one goes on. Again, I'm gonna use my ratchet and then loosen it. Let's do a couple quick reminders about oil filter removal and installation. So removal, obviously, lefty-loosey. Now when you're doing an oil change, there will be some oil inside of the filter, so just be aware of that. So I like to take the filter off and then hold it upright, that way it doesn't pour out everywhere. And then you'll also get some oil dripping out of here. So just be aware of that, have something to catch it. So once your old oil filter is removed, and this should be done every oil change, you're gonna wanna come in with a rag, and in this area around here, this is where the oil seal, the mating surface, you're gonna wanna go in, give it a nice clean, because you don't want any particles left over that could cause a leak. So I just wanna come in with a nice clean rag, get that all cleaned up. You can also go on the threads right here. You wanna make sure not to damage these threads. When going back on with a filter, so we're gonna imagine this is a new filter, I would take some brand new engine oil and just give it a light coat around this surface right here. So this is the oil seal. This makes sure that the seal does not get damaged when installing. And then you also want to make sure when you remove the old oil filter that this seal comes with it. Sometimes they can get stuck to the engine block right here, and then you might accidentally double up the oil seal, and that would cause a leak as well. And then going on, you're simply going to twist the filter on, righty-tighty. Most common practice for when installing a filter is once the seal has contacted the surface, that's where it's contacted, you want to go about a 1/2 to 3/4 of a turn. So if I'm starting at 12 o'clock, this area here, I'm going to go down to about half. I can go 3/4 if I would like, but that's a good rule of thumb to follow when installing an oil filter.